Everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with another episode of Your Turn with your hosts, Paraka the Goblin and
Ghost, your co-host.
And this week, it was actually a slow week, man. It was like, everybody had their freedom, everybody launched their rockets, just like most men in the bedroom. After that few rockets launched, we took a nap all week. That's basically...
We blew our summer load.
We blew our freedom loads, guys. And that was doubly so with all the nerd culture stuff out there. Nothing really happened. Like, literally nothing. Like, there was probably announcements. I know Trails into Reverie came out. It's kind of like a wrap-up to the Trails of Azure and Zero and the Cold Steel series. Mm-hmm. It kind of wraps those two stories up in a nice little bun so I can start the next one and all that. And that's literally it. Like, that's the only... Well, no. The Master Detective Archives came out too. Those were the only two games that are actually even worth noting that came out.
Which is funny because didn't it outsell Final Fantasy?
Yes,
with its 2 weeks
in Japan, a niche game that's behind the same team behind the Danganronpa series, which is very niche to begin with. Mm-hmm. Outsold Final Fantasy. Here's the people like, oh no, it's very popular in Japan, but not outsell Final Fantasy 16 in Japan. Like, there's no way. It's Final Fantasy. How do you do that? But they did. And they only do it on one system.
Well, I think it also has to do with just Tears of the Kingdom. It's still probably selling on top of, what is it? Nobody wants to go out and buy a PS5 for one game.
Like, nobody does.
It's a war of attrition right now because everybody's holding off on can they sell PS5s and Final Fantasy 16, or are you willing to wait for it to come to PC? It's like, yeah, people are just gonna wait. It's a war of attrition right now. Yep. So,
and on top of that, that's this is the doom that Nintendo warned everybody about way back in the day, dude. Way back in the day. They're like, it was doomed to start, and then Iwata's a prophet.
Yeah.
At that point. Like, literally, and I know people are gonna say, hey, look, you're just being a Nintendo fanboy and stuff. Iwata was on point with this crap. If he worked for Sony, if he worked for Square, I would still agree with that. Mm-hmm. The whole, power is kind of crushing creativity. Multi-platform ruins the desire to make a good game, focused, and all that. Like, he was laughed off the stage for that. And he was right. He was right. Holy crap, he was right. God bless that man, dude. God bless that man. We did not deserve him. We did not deserve him. Anyway, yeah, Final Fantasy getting his ass kicked by what is essentially a glorified mystery game. And honestly, I have Master Detective Archives. It's actually way better than Danganronpa. I wasn't huge on Danganronpa. It wasn't like I didn't like it. I wasn't huge on it because I felt like the sequels kind of tacked onto itself, because the first one was kind of like cut and dry, mm-hmm. all isolated to its one school and stuff like that. And then they were just like, oh, did you know that there's more stuff tied? No, stop it. This one feels a lot better. Plus, I kind of like the colors of this one. I don't know why. I like the colors. It's like Halloween in July. It's awesome.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's actually pretty good. I do recommend people who like a good story one kind of pick it up. I like it. But yeah. But as far as everything else goes, pardon me, we don't have much stories to talk about.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. No.
Yeah, thanks for listening. No. But we did still search there was a Steam sale that happened. I generally wander the weird depths of the internet to find indies somewhere somehow, mm-hmm. And we probably discovered a couple games that we did not know even existed. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be new. It's just stuff we didn't know existed. There's just stuff like, why was this here? And people are like, how did you not know? It's been 4 years. I don't know. I play a bunch of 64 games on a PC right now. What the hell is wrong with you? No. But for the most part, it's just what we discovered, right?
Yeah.
I think this all started because we were kind of looking up and just out of fun looking up boomer shooters.
Yeah. And then it helps with the Steam sale because I usually throw everything into my wish list. Like, I do a deep dive, just to see if anything's new, and then I throw everything to my wish list. And then when the Steam sale hits, yeah, you can find everything under $10. So I just pick up everything,
Scooping it and just toss it in your proverbial
So,
cart.
That's kind of why I brought up Steam sale or the Steam summer sale, because yeah, it's a good way to like.
We're not paid for this endorsement, by the way. We're not paid at all. Like,
You know, you find a game that's like really interesting that you really like. It's like, oh, it's under $10 or it's just $5. I'm like, yeah, scoop it all up, because you never know what you're gonna miss out.
so we've mentioned this before. I am a huge fan of 3D platformers, right? And you know, and the ones that are like more free roam 3D platformers. So games that are very similar to that kind of catch my eye, right? So that's why I usually use the Steam summer sale and stuff. If I could pick some stuff up that's within a reasonable price, because I'm not ever going, like, if digital's the only way I can buy a indie game, I will support them to do that. Like I will, but I'm not paying retail prices for it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I'm just simply not going to do that. So usually if it's a game that's really dope, we did mention Lunestis a couple of times before. It's a fun game. It was worth the $15. $15. Yep, I pay in foul right now. $15 that I paid for it is good. I liked it, right? But there's other games that are like, I'm not sure if I want to like dump money into that yet. Like there is several times where I'm like, and then I'll buy it, and then it'll be like, yeah, I still wasted $3. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, that's what YouTube's for. I'm surprised people are so trigger happy.
Dude. Even then, there's some stuff that just does not ever get noticed because everyone tries to grab onto the algorithm. The algorithm we're really terrible at. Like we are genuinely crappy with the algorithm. But what was that game? Like Working with Amanda or something like that? It was some kind of horror point and click or something like that. Dude, I saw it once for like Manly Badass Hero. And then literally 3 days later, my feed was just full of everyone playing this wacky new horror game. Same with Poppy's Playtime. Like I saw it once, I was like, huh. And I played this like a fraction of it, right? Just to kind of get it's just one of those hallway horror game, ones that are episodic. Seen it before.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about just game content and like having stuff digitally now is that it doesn't go away, I guess. Like Metal Gear Rising is just starting to make a comeback because the memes, and then everybody's like jumping on the algorithm, everybody's playing Metal Gear Rising again. And then
even on top of that though, like people do say, the digital has an availability on it until it's no longer supported. Like if Konami says I don't want this Metal Gear Rising anymore, they can just get rid of it, and it sucks. I don't want them to have that control is what my point is.
That's why we sail the high seas.
Like that's the whole point of that whole situation. Give me physical, I will give you money for it.
Yeah.
Like especially companies like Capcom and Konami, like give me a proper physical. I will pay premium prices for shit. Like the whole Metal Gear franchise volume 1 and 2. It's like a mandatory download for Switch. If you put that on a proper cart and it's all playable on the cart, you can charge me $80 or $90 and I will still pay that price because I get to have that forever up until maybe the cart cracks out, but I can still find it elsewhere.
The funny thing is that they can do it, it's just they won't do it.
That's the thing that pisses me off. I'm not paying those prices for it. I'm not paying those prices for that crap. I would rather pay $5 for that complete collection digitally than I will ever pay it anywhere else.
I just want 3. I just want to play 3.
And that's it.
But
I mean, I still have the Twin Snakes on the GameCube just over there in that little box there.
woo,
Yeah. Hell yeah. The last game Silicon Knights actually made that's actually decent. Yeah,
But,
you guys screwed the pooch. Got Silicon Knights. You could have had Eternal Darkness 1, 2, 3, 4. You could have been in Smash Brothers and everything, but you all got dick greedy, and it sucks to be you guys now.
Womp womp. But boomer shooters, yeah, right.
Yeah, boomer shooters, old school first-person shooters and stuff.
I picked up a Cultic. That's a really good. I can't remember how I found it, but I was playing Proteus, and then I saw it on. I went back to the store to look for more, I guess. I can't remember what I was doing, but I found Cultic. I downloaded the demo, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. I just bought the game, and it's really nice because they paced it really well. The puzzles are really good. It's just, I don't know, it's done really well. I'm really happy with it. I'm sad that it's over because I beat it already.
Hey, there's always sequels and stuff too.
Yeah.
But I think when you came up to me, we started just like scouring the place for boomer shooters and stuff. There was one. It was more of a rediscovery. I actually had to install it again because I remember how much I enjoyed it. Was Exotic, and that was kind of like one of those like arcade style boomer shooters. You shot things, but you had to keep this combo bar up and all sorts of stuff, and collected stuff and destroyed environments and stuff like that. And at first it feels like very slow paced, like okay, I can do this, but like dude, there's so much movement that you need to do in like later of the games and stuff. It's insane.
And then what else? Other games I discovered was the Vampire Survivor clones. So
yeah, you played a little bit of that on the previous gameplay through on your turn.
Yeah, so I played one and I'm like, the gameplay loop is just so satisfying because they add auto attacks, and then you just have to like position your attacks to avoid the enemy, and that's like the gist of it. But the fun part is just like just a little bit more. I could do it just a little bit more, like every time. And then before you know, you wasted like 8 hours just playing.
Yeah, dude, I remember so many people crapping on the announcement of that on the Nintendo Switch, and then I was like, and people were like, it's the thing that caught me off guard. They're like, it's a cult classic. I'm like, I have no idea anybody ever talked about a game like this.
Well, I remember Total Biscuit was talking about it, and I think he said it was done like if I remember correctly, it looked like it was made in MS Paint, like the original, the original alpha or beta of it was just like MS Paint looking, and he was like, it looks like utter trash, but he's like, he loves it, and I'm like, all right, I'll put this on my wish list. And then now that the 1.0 is out, it's like, man, it's such a fun game though.
Yeah, no, like I've seen mobile games do this multiple times and stuff too, so it's just one of those like, okay, I've seen games like this before, but why is it on a Nintendo Switch? It's a cult classic. I'm like, who the hell was talking about this? Like, I was like confused by that. But I do think I was scouring the internet, and it was actually popped up in my feed a little shortly after this, though. I think the phones are listening to us, but. Like I found it, I don't know how I found it, but I found Onirism or something like that, right? So my understanding of it so far, I didn't do a deep dive on it or anything. It's basically a girl having dreams, and it's like a third-person shooter game / platform game with some like drive mechanics and stuff in some levels. It looks like it runs smoothly. I don't really like the character design, but the way it looks, the way the world looks and stuff, I'm like, this is up my alley, actually. I will give this thing a go. And literally, like, I log on to Twitter to see how, people like Kevin Street like some of my JRPG references, and I found it on my feed. I was like, what the hell? Get out of my recordings, yo. Fed boy, get the hell out of here. But that's a game I'm gonna be looking at and picking up on the Steam sale and stuff too, because it looks good. It looks good. And it looks like it would be something up my alley. I just gotta reconnect my damn controllers to my PC. I have not done that since I updated everything. Yay! It requires testing. Yay! So. Anything else that you discovered? Anything interesting this week that of your personal game world has been?
Oh, 20 Minutes Till Dawn. Just the other clones. 20 Minutes Till Dawn. It's more like twin stick.
More boomer shooter stuff.
Well, it's twin stick Vampire Survivor.
Oh.
And then Army of Ruin, which I was playing recently.
Yeah, you played that.
Yeah, which is another clone. I'm like, oh man, I'm just eating this shit up. But other than that, the 20 Minutes Till Dawn, it has like a semi twist on it, so it's interesting.
You know, it's weird how some of those games, like being so simple, could be quote unquote so fun. Dude, one of the most popular games on mobile devices is a game where you just tap on the screen.
Yeah.
And the characters all fight for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that? And like, I tried it. I purposely went through for like 12 hours in one go to just try to find the fun. Like, I don't even like like after a bit, like I locked back in. I'm like, is the fun come back? Does it, you know? And then like I got stuck playing it for like a week trying to figure out if there's something that I'm not missing. If there's something I'm missing about it. There isn't. I think there's that satisfaction you log in, or there's supposed to be a satisfaction you log in, you get all that passive coin, and you're like, yeah, I get to boost all my characters up again, and tap, and like play it for like an hour, and like, all right, I hope I got that, you know, and then go back to sleep and do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like it baffles me. It's like one of the top 10 most played mobile games. I'm like, even Angry Birds is funner than this. In fact, actually, Angry Birds is actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of like. I like, as we've talked before, I like mobile games that get me to get involved in the game.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So, and a lot of art, like a lot of the collectible waifu and stuff, for instance, right? A lot of them have that autoplay, and you just get your character, boost them as high as you can, autoplay stuff, and grind out so you can boost another character to do that again. I discovered something in Raid, not personally. I just like found out somebody was talking about the mechanics in Raid. If you try to do that, there is a fucking wall that you hit.
Yeah.
Because you need the particular skills used by different characters in different methods and different times to go through some of the dungeons, or you just get fucked up.
Oh God.
Because if you auto run it, if it comes up with your other skills, it'll just auto use those skills, right? There'll be times where they're like, no, you're gonna need this because this guy summons an army at turn 3 every time, so you can't use this immediately, moron.
Oh, okay.
And like, so like there's several things that just like
you have to pay attention.
You have to literally pay attention. There's one that actually like turns poisons into shields and stuff too. So you gotta be ready for that, and you gotta use that on the boss that like spams like this poison fog or whatever. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They literally put a wall in your autoplay. I'm slightly actually impressed by the fact that you guys did that, you know? Like, honestly, kudos to them for doing that. And on top of that, now that I said it, this year turns going everywhere. there's no rhyme or reason. There's no, you know, this week's the... I also discovered another thing about Raid this week. And it was just recently, I think it was about a month ago, that they added lore to the game.
I thought they always had it.
No, they have like a main campaign, and it's like kind of a loose story. They don't have any lore on the characters. They don't have any reason why any of these characters get summoned. Any reason these characters even made. Why each... Like, the only thing that they have lore on is each faction.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like if you go to the faction thing and you go to the faction page, you click on a couple of them, it's like the Ogren Empire has blah, blah, blah. And the Skinwalkers are actually all these shamans who used to transform, but they got stuck in a curse, so they're all stuck this way. Basically, that's all it is.
Oh, okay.
So you can understand why that theme is that theme, but now they have lore to the characters, and then they even made lore stories, like origin stories, for some of the main characters in the games. You know what that means? They're trying to get in Smash Brothers. That's exactly what that means. Just imagine that fucking crap, man. Imagine the way they would troll that halfway through. And now, a word from our sponsors. And they just kind of do that hand gesture in a Nintendo Direct, right? And then it glows into this like arena. It's all like in like slow motion or like super like paused. You could hear a guy kind of like a little gravelly voice like, a sponsor in a Nintendo Direct? That's absurd. Why would they need a sponsor? And everything's starting to pick up speed, and then like you see the one character kind of like throws guys around, but you don't really see what the character is yet. And then the little envelope drops to his feet, and he picks it up and goes, "I see now." And he turns around, and it's like that orc dude, Gallic or whatever, right? And it's like, whatever his name, Gallic. Raid Shadow Legends, whatever nonsense is sponsored, whatever, something stupid. Do you not know how many people would just have a genuine aneurysm and quite literally just keel over right then?
Well, I think the better ones I like is the fake product ones of their commercials, the Gamer Bread or what is it, the Gamer Pillow. There's a lot of really like fake advertisement, like, oh, we're just kidding you. This is Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah,
that would actually be another good one. Like they're just doing one that looks like a Smash Brothers. Like, just kidding, it's just a character. Like, what the hell? Like, it would be the most hilarious crap because they've made jokes like that. Like, they know how to have fun with that.
Yeah,
but dude, I would purposely just main him. Just to be the guy that like every guy who plays Sora like, no, we need Riku, because there's people out there who think they need Riku and Roxas to quote unquote make up for lost time for characters and stuff. I'm like, dude, shut up. Sora's not even allowed to be here right now. Like, you got Disney dick all open this game, and I'm not happy about it. But
I know we'll see if Sora shows up in the next one too.
That it like we talked about it before. I hope not, because that just tells me how much more flexibility Nintendo will have. That's all. It's not necessarily Sora himself. I really genuinely do not care about the Kingdom Hearts series. I don't, but I care about the control Disney thinks they get to have over everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not keen with that. I'd rather just not have Sora in the game so we can have like Scorpion in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it's more likely to happen if Sora's just not there. Like, I'd rather take that trade, but let's back off the Smash Brothers stuff. We could rant off on stupid crap like that all the time. But yes, Raid has lore and like character origin videos and stuff, and they're really cool. Actually, this is kind of weird. It was weird stuff I've been discovering on the internet today. Like, okay. I've been discovering weird platformers I didn't get to see for years, and people are upset with that. And then I'm like, oh, well, I also noticed Raid I don't even know how I discovered that. Legitimately, I don't. Maybe because the algorithm's still trying to make me miss Dragalia Lost or something. But
now you have time.
Yeah. No. Dude, I've been trying. I've only had Brawl Stars. That's like the only game I have on my phone consistently. It's a fun game, but yeah. I've tried Clash of Clans, and I've tried, Clash Royale. It's their little card game one. The Clash Royale is actually decent. For a mobile game, we're talking about just as standard as a mobile game, but I'm getting crushed all the time. Dude, it's not fun. Like, I want something I can kind of like, I either don't have to grind my life away to get to a competitive point. That's what Brawl Stars is about. Like, literally, your skills are nowhere near different when you level up.
Yeah.
Up, you can still fucking crush some people. But that's it. There hasn't been anything else. Everything else is autoplay RPGs and waifu collectathons. I'm not down there. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do your stupid gacha bullcrap. You cannot do it to me.
I love Destiny Child.
You cannot have me.
Destiny
You're
Child,
not gonna sell me on that art collecting nonsense.
Please sponsor us, Destiny Child. I love your games.
None of us have tits big enough for that. You know that, right? So, anyway, we should probably wrap up there before we just figure out and make up other crap up that we finally discovered too.
Comment below what you guys discovered for Steam sales.
Yeah, what have you discovered
summer
for
sales?
Yep, any summer sales, any Ew. Anything on Origin, which probably ew. I'm sorry. I will take that back. Don't ever go on Origin.
Any mobile games? Brown Dust. One of my friends on Discord just told me about Brown Dust 2. It is awesome, but I don't know how to play it.
So yeah, let us know what games you've discovered this week. If you like our content, always feel free to like, subscribe, and share as always. And as always, we will see you on the other side. Hey everyone, this is Paraka.
And Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.